Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anya and this is my June project pan update. Coming at you without makeup today because I haven't been feeling well the last few weeks and I want to film this video to put it up soon, and if I want to do that I can't actually spend the very limited energy that I have putting makeup on today, so I'm going to film with the bare face. But it's been a good month for the project. I finished 8 items, which is I think the best I've done so far, so that's fun. The hair is messy, it is all over the place, and that's just how it's going to be, but I finished 8 items this month and feel pretty good about it, so let's just get into the stuff. I finished 2 masks. I finished both the Korres eye mask, the cucumber eye mask, as well as the Lush mask of Magnum one. This is dirty. I haven't actually cleaned out the tub yet, so I'm gonna put it back down before I get honey all over myself again. But I enjoyed both of the products. I lost this in like May, I think, and it was lost for like half the month. But I did some minor cleaning of the desk and it was underneath a pile of laundry. And I finished it up and I did really enjoy it. I'm not sure I will repurchase because I don't know if it actually does anything or if it just felt nice putting it on and using it. But it was fine. I didn't mind using it, but I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna buy it again. The Lush mask I did really enjoy. It's one of my favourite face masks and I have gone through I think 2 tubs in the past. I did enjoy it a lot. Again, I'm not actually sure if it physically did something. I've been very lazy with face masks recently because I haven't been feeling well, and one of the things that I can't really do if I lose function of my hands properly is wash off anything that I put on my face. So I've mainly used it when I've been in the shower. One of those times I think I used it straight up just as a scrub because I couldn't be asked to sit around and wait for it to work. But I used it and I enjoyed it a lot. I would probably repurchase that after I've gone through the like 6 masks that I currently have, but it's a good one. I did enjoy it a lot. And then I have the makeup. I finished the Lancome Hypnose Doll Eyes Mascara Mini. This I enjoyed on my lower lash line, not that much on my top lashes. It didn't hold a curl and I need that for a mascara, but it made my bottom lashes look gorgeous, so that's how I used it. But it's getting old and it's starting to irritate my eyes, so I knew it was done when my eyes started watering a lot. I'm happy that I got some use out of it, would not repurchase. I finished my Maybelline Baby Lips in Vanilla Cupcake. There is still product in here, but I did not like this enough to scrape it out, so I'm calling it done. I was not a big fan of the colour of this. The formula of the Baby Lips is one that I feel is okay. They are a decent tinted lip balm. I prefer them more for colour over moisture. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking in the background. This is just a baby pink colour. I don't like it. I don't think it looks very flattering on me, and I don't find the Baby Lips very moisturising. I do have more that I'm going to rotate in just to finish them because I don't really reach for tinted lip balms. I was kind of glad to have it gone. I also finished the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in Saint, which was a, I don't know, medium pink type of colour. It's a decent colour. The formulation of these are fine. I'm not absolutely 100% in love with them, but they are usable. I prefer them as lipsticks. I don't like putting anything over the top of these because they are very thick, and putting anything over the top just feels like I have a lot of product on and I don't enjoy that. But I finished the colour and it was fine, and I've now used up almost all of the wearable colours, so it's going to be fun when I'm stuck with the blue and the green. I have some more colours that I'm going to rotate in as well because I want to finish all 15 that I own. I finished the Makeup Mecca Prep Spray. This was fine. I said last update that I wanted to see if this was similar to the Smashbox Primer Water. I don't think they are. I didn't notice that this did all that much for my skin when I used it. It was kind of just like spraying water on my face. I do prefer the Smashbox Primer Water and I would repurchase those because they are very good, and I noticed they help a lot with keeping the moisture in my face and not actually making my skin very dry. I'm not that fond of them alone as primers. I tend to use them as like a primer for my primer to look in my skincare because I feel like I still need something that is a little bit smoothing for the texture that I have around my face. This one was fine to use, but I wouldn't repurchase. The last two I have still technically have product left in them. The Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in Stepping Out is dry. It is so dry, I can still swatch it, I can still put it on my lips, but it balls up and just falls off. So that's done. I did get a couple of uses out of this. Let me see if I can see through it. Kinda. So I did use some of it, which is good, but this formulation is gorgeous on the lips when it's good, but it does dry out kind of quickly. I would potentially repurchase some of these colours once my current liquid lipstick collection is at least halved and halved again, because I have too many right now and both of mine in this formulation has dried out before I got to completely finish them. But I'm happy that I got some use out of this before it completely died, and I did enjoy the colour a lot. And then this is the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Mascara. I used this as a brow gel and I hated it as a brow gel, but I kind of kept it and used it to see partly how much I could use, and I think I've used at least half of the product in here, if not more. It doesn't hold my brows in place at all, and I kind of just used it as a bit of a priming step or just to brush through my brows whenever. Would not recommend, don't think this is any good, and I was considering keeping it in here to see how long it would take me to actually finish this, but I don't want to play that game because I already have more brow gels that I would like to go through, so I'm gonna call this quits because it's been 6 months of continuous use. I am very surprised at how much I got through and kind of proud of myself for sticking with this even though I didn't like it, but I'm gonna call it quits and this is gonna go in the bin. So those were the 8 I finished, and I have a whole box of things that I have progress on. Let's start with the thing that fell over. This is my Hourglass palette, and it's nearly empty. I have a tiny bit left in this corner up here of Radiant Light. I enjoy this palette a lot. I don't really use Radiant Light much as a highlighter. I've talked about this before. I use it to top up my Milani blush to make it a bit more peachy, but recently I've also been using it as a bronzer and really loving how that looks as a very natural bronzer that has a little bit of sheen to it. Because this, it's not matte. It looks like it might have some glitter in it. I can't see that glitter on my face. It looks gorgeous when I've worn it, and I definitely think this is going to be gone by next month, especially now that I've started using it as a bronzer. But the powders in here have been amazing, and it's taken me like 2.5 years to pan this, so I'm happy that I'm going to actually be able to do it. Let's briefly chat about my Milani blush while we're here. This is the Baked Blush in Bella Rosa. You can see there's a flat top there. That makes me so excited. I have been wearing this a decent chunk. It's very, very bright and very cool toned, which I don't like. But I have found that mixing this colour in with a bronzer and putting something that is a little bit more goldy or peachy over the top tones down the coolness of this and makes it more wearable. And I've also used it as eyeshadow a couple of times, and I have worn down the dome so it's flat. That makes me happy. I don't think I'll finish this year. I think that's definitely going to take at least another year of working on it, but I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to get through at least some of the product. The bronzer I've been pairing with that has been the cream bronzer from my e.l.f. palette, sorry for the glare, and I've hit pan kind of massively. I forgot to talk about this product last time and didn't realise that until I was editing the video, and then I wasn't up for refilming that part. So I hit pan last month, forgot to take a picture, forgot to talk about it, but I've made that pan bigger. I really do enjoy that bronzer a lot more than I expected because I'm not that big on cream blush, bronzer or highlight, but I've been getting some decent work and some decent progress on that bronzer, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So I'm happy, and I actually think I might finish that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish it this summer. We're in July right now. I don't go outside much. I don't tan. I'm just going to keep using it as I've been using it, which is mainly underneath foundation to add bronzy look to the places where I do tan. And then I mix in a little bit of the blush sometimes to add a subtle look of sunburntness, because that looks more natural because of how pale I am. Adding in a little bit of something pink to make it look like a slight sunburn along with the tan makes it look more natural and wearable on me. I don't think I'm going to hit pan on the blush, but I'm going to keep working on the bronzer and hopefully I will be able to finish it. The perfume is the Moods of Norway Pour Femme. I am seeing constant progress. There is the marks. I'm at the bottom one, but I can't spray any more out of this, and I've been trying to open this but I can't. I suspect that's partly because I am weak. I'm very weak, my hands have zero strength in them, so I might have to ask my sister or my mum, because if they can open this, I might be able to reattach the little plastic tube that had fallen off. If not, I have to call this quits because I can't access the product. I'm not going to smash the bottle open just to do that. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to open it because I do really enjoy this perfume, but because if I can open it, I think this will be done in July, maybe August. So I'm going to see if I can access this, because if I can access it, I think I'll be able to finish it. If I can't, then you're going to see this bottle with the exact same markings next month as an empty. But we will see. I don't know what to call this, because I feel like it's visual progress, especially on the colour Secret, which is this brown shade here. I don't know if you can be able to tell, there's a big dip in that colour up in this top corner here, and I am surprised I haven't hit pan. Very surprised. So I mainly use that colour in my crease, sometimes in my eyebrows, and I haven't really been using a lot of the other shades in here. I've used Late Nights sometimes, Silk Sheets a couple. I've been playing with that colour and I've been enjoying it, which is like a mauvey colour. I've been really enjoying it. I'm hoping to hit pan on Secret until next time, as well as get some progress on Heat, because I am really into orange and yellow eyeshadow at the moment. So I want to get some use out of that colour because it is stunning. It's gorgeous. Visual progress, I still haven't noticed anything dropping on the scale, but I'm going to keep working this because I do really enjoy it. I've almost finished my NYX powder, and I wasn't expecting that. But like, you can see the pan through pretty much the entire thing, and I have done the maths and weighed this, and I've used up nearly, I think, 9 grams since I introduced it, if not about 9 grams, and this contains 9.6. So I have nearly used all of it up. Now I don't know how much this actually contained because I had used this a little bit before I introduced it, but I fell in love with this. I absolutely adore it. Don't think they make this anymore. I've seen it on the NYX website, and some of the shades have been discounted, and I can't find anywhere that they've discontinued this, but I can't find this product in stores anymore near me, so I don't know. But I found it online. I'm tempted to pick up a couple more shades of this because of how much I've been using it, and it's basically been my only base in the last couple of weeks. But I've nearly used that up, and that is surprising to me because this actually held quite a lot of product. I have some progress on my body lotion. This is the Korres Basil Lemon Body Milk. There's a tiny bit of visual progress on here, but I've also used up a couple of grams. But I'm seeing steady progress on this. I use this almost every single time I shower, so you know, I'm getting there. It's going to take a while, but I do love the scent of this, and I haven't noticed any reaction on my body as to if it's happy with this or not, or I suppose unhappy is the word if I'm going to have any sort of allergic reaction. But I've been enjoying this, and I'm going to keep using it up until it is empty. I also have a tiny bit of progress on this hairspray thingy. I'm at the bottom mark. Slow, steady progress. I'm going to have to cut the tube that is inside this because it is curled at the bottom, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to have to cut that a little bit so that I can actually access all of the product, because right now I have to tilt it sideways in order to actually be able to spray anything out. I'm not in love with this, but I am going to work through it. I put this foundation on the scale last time. This is my Lancome Tintidol Ultra Wear, and I have progress, but it's 2 grams, and that is so frustrating. I haven't used this a whole lot this month because I've been sick for most of the month. I'm never really alright, but I've preferred my NYX powder foundation, or the powder as a powder foundation, as well as my Makeup Mecca powder foundation, or just simply no foundation at all. But I have used this a little bit, and 2 grams have come off, which is annoying because this is in milliliters, not grams on the back, so I don't actually know how much this is supposed to contain in grams. and it is a glass, or at least acrylic bottle. I think it's glass. So the bottle is quite heavy, and it's at 114 grams right now. So I definitely think the bottle is some of that weight, but I'm hoping to see more of this going in the coming months because I want to finish this. I love this foundation, but it's old. I have a little bit of progress on my Makeup Mecca face primer. I have some visual progress. I have more of the pan showing, and I've lost a gram of this, which isn't a whole lot, but looking at it visually there isn't a whole lot left in here. It's going to take me, I think if I use this every single day, it's going to take me about a week and a half, maybe 2, to finish it. I don't love this. I am not a big fan of silicone primer, so I'm trying to finish as many as I can, and this is one of the better ones on my skin, and I don't understand why. But this is like a solid silicone. But I'm going to keep using it. I don't love it, would not repurchase, but progress is exactly what I want, so I'm hoping to finish that soon. I also have progress on my other primers. I have some progress on my number 7 primer. I use this every single time I wear makeup. This is now 20 grams down from 26, and I don't have all that much left. This was full when I introduced this, and I love this. This is probably my favourite primer, or at least it's top 3, so I'm going to be sad to see this go, but I do enjoy this and I'm going to keep using it, and be a little bit sad when it's gone, but I will repurchase that. My other primer is the Becca Backlight priming filter, and I have a tiny bit of progress visually, but this is down to 18 grams from 20, so it's lost 2 grams. This is going to take a little bit longer because I don't wear this underneath foundation. I use this when I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not wearing it today because I couldn't be asked, to be honest. But I prefer this when I'm not wearing foundation because it tends to emphasize dry spots and texture. But it's a gorgeous illuminating primer. It's just not for me. So I'm trying to finish this up as soon as possible, and I definitely think this summer I might be able to get a good chunk of this gone, because I can see myself not wearing makeup a whole lot this summer if I'm not going out, which is when I would be using this. Hoping for more progress next month. I have some progress on my Kat Von D Lock It Concealer in the white shade. This is now 27 grams down from 29, and I can start to see into the packaging, which is interesting. I've been using this a lot because when I've been wearing this foundation I have to mix it with this because this is too dark. I've also been mixing this with the other Kat Von D concealer that I have, but I don't think I've seen any progress on that one. And I've been using this quite liberally, and I'm seeing progress. I just want this gone and done, and I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. So this has a net weight of 6.25 grams. I've used 2 of those. So, you know, I am nearly halfway there, which is good. I have more progress on my Urban Decay colour corrector. I am now down here, and this is really empty. I can see through nearly the entire tube. It's only a tiny bit of product at the bottom, so I'm expecting this to be done in July. I enjoyed this a lot, and I would consider repurchasing, except I'm not sure I will. I currently have at least 2 or 3 more green colour correctors to work my way through, and I think this might be one of those steps that becomes unnecessary for me. I like it, and it's been working good for me a couple of days sometimes, but I generally have to wear this underneath something that has coverage because it's not enough for my redness, and you can see how much more red my face is compared to my neck and chest. But I've been enjoying using this whilst I have it, and kind of happy that it's gone because I get to work on some of my other green colour correctors, but I think this is my favourite out of the ones that I have. I have a tiny bit of progress on my Wet n Wild palette, especially on this top eyeshadow. This entire side of the pan is now clean of product, which is good. So I'm hoping to finish more of the white shade in July, as well as maybe use a bit more of the pink and brown. I haven't really used those a lot recently, so the pan on those hasn't expanded this month, but hopefully in July I might be able to expand the pans a little bit. But I'm mainly focusing on the yellow one, the top one, the white shade, because it works with pretty much everything that I do. I have a tiny progress, I say tiny progress, on my Kicks Loose powder. This is, you might be able to see on the bottom there was a line that goes about there, and which cuts through the black label. There is now a line underneath that, which is where the powder currently sits at, which gives me hope that I might actually finish this year. I don't have any more markings where I have the nail polish markings because I can't fit another nail polish mark beneath that, but there is a tiny bit of progress, best visible at the bottom there, and I don't hate this product but I don't love it either, so I'm just working my way through. I have two more eyeshadows that I think I have progress on. I have progress on my Colourpop shade in Cornelius. I've hit pan on this, and that I did a while ago, but I have a huge dip in the whole of the product, and I think I will be able to finish this. I enjoy this colour a lot. It's a gorgeous brown. It's that shade there. It's probably my favourite matte colour, but it is getting a little bit dry, so I do think I'm going to have to pick up Inglot's Duraline to rehydrate this at some point, but I'm making progress and I love the colour, so that makes me happy. The other shade here is one of the L'Oreal shades that I have. This is in Macron Vanille, which is this, I don't know, peachy colour, and it's very close to my skin tone. It's a little bit more peachies right there. So I have been using this mainly on my lid if I want to do a matte eyeshadow look, but I feel like I'm never getting anywhere with this pan, because if I use my finger I feel like I'm digging up and using quite a lot of product, but it also seals over on itself, which is what it's done right now in the centre, which makes it kind of hard to hit pan. But there is a slight dip in the centre of this pan that I don't think you're going to be able to see all that well, so I'm going to keep using this and I'm hopeful that I will be hitting pan this year. I doubt I will finish it though. I have some more progress on my Makeup Mecca brow gel. This is the Easy Peasy brow gel in the shade Neutral. I have used up another gram of this and I do enjoy this a lot. This holds my eyebrows much better than the Wet n Wild one, which doesn't hold them at all. It still doesn't hold my more stubborn eyebrows, which I have in this area on that eyebrow, but it works pretty great and I do enjoy the colour of this a lot. I don't think this is going to be a hard one to pan. I think I've used up 2 grams, maybe 3 so far, and this contains, I think it's 9, so I'm getting there and that makes me happy. I have a tiny bit of progress on this glitter liner that you haven't seen since the intro. This is the Makeup Mecca Metal Moments glitter eyeliner in Gold Digger, and it's a gorgeous gold. I think this is slowly going off because it feels different than my silver one, which I have from the same brand. I also have other colours. This is a lot more watery than that one, so it's a little bit harder to get the glitter to look opaque, but I have been able to do it. I've worn this once or twice, so it's going down faster than I expected compared to how little I've used it. But I'm going to keep using it, and I do really enjoy these eyeliners. They're very good, and I kind of wish they would come back with them because they discontinued these pretty quickly, which is a bummer because they are very, very good. I have progress on my lip exfoliator. This one I wasn't expecting. This is the e.l.f. lip exfoliator in the original scent. This looks beat up completely. It's like squashed and bent and cracked and all that, but I have some progress that I wasn't expecting, and that makes me happy and gives me hope that I might finish this. I haven't worn it or used it a whole lot because when I use it I feel like my lips get drier, but I don't know if that's just a thing in my head when I exfoliate off the dry dead lip skin that it just feels dry, or because I am using shit lip balms, might be both. But I'm not a big fan of lip exfoliators, but I think I might be able to finish this, so I'm going to just keep going. I also have progress on my highlighter, and this was full when I introduced this in January or December, and I've worn off a decent chunk of this. I still have heaps left, but I enjoy wearing this when I'm not wearing foundation or a lot of base products. I'm not that big of a fan of this on top of foundation because I feel like this moves my foundation around, so I lose coverage, but on its own it's gorgeous, it's blinding, it's stunning. I just wish it worked better over foundation because I would have been able to use it more, but I'm seeing progress and I wasn't expecting to have used this much, but I'm going to keep going and I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to use more of this now that it is a little bit warmer, so I might be able to put it on my body as well, not just on my face. I have 4 more products here. These are the final ones. I have a tiny bit of progress on both of the Tanya Burr eyeshadow sticks in Sweet Sugar and Melt My Heart. I haven't used this a whole lot. I'm not in love with these. They are a little bit dry, and this bronzy shade is also loose. So it's not great, but I'm gonna keep using these until they will stop transferring onto my lid, and I'm gonna use them up hopefully. I don't love them, but I'm not a big fan of cream shadow sticks anymore, so I'm hopeful that they're going to be gone sooner, and I'm hoping to see a little bit more progress next month. I have progress on my It Cosmetics Brow Power. I don't like this. This is not the right shade for me at all. It is very, very cool toned. It's that one there. I have worn it I think 2 times where it's looked decent, but that's 2 out of like 12. So I'm not having the best time with this, but I'm gonna keep using it for when I'm not leaving the house pretty much, and it will be gone at some point. I don't like it, and it's not universal because it's a taupe shade. My hair is not a taupe shade, it's not cool tone at all, so it just looks off. And this is the last item in the box. It's the Kat Von D lip liner in X. This is the red shade that I want to finish in July, and I think I will. I love wearing this on its own. The colour is stunning. It's a gorgeous red. I struggle to wear this underneath my lipstick, my red lipstick in the project, because of how thick this is on its own. So I think I'm gonna just wear this as my red lipstick for 2 or 3 times. I don't think I have much more use in this, and then I'm going to move on to the lipstick, so I need to make progress on that one. But I don't mind the formula, the colour is gorgeous, I just want it gone. These are the products that are currently in my project, and now for the ones I am going to enter in. I'm going to put in 2 more lip liners from the Everlasting range by Kat Von D. The shade Saxa, which is a bright pink, and the shade Lolita 2, which is more of a neutral brown type colour. The Lolita one is the last of the neutrals and more natural shades. So is Saxa, to be fair, because I'm left with black, green, purple, blue. So I'm left with the darker colours, but I think I'm going to be able to use these this summer, hopefully. I'm also adding in all of my remaining Maybelline baby lips. So I have the shade Pumpkin Spice, which is a neutral peachy brown. I have the shade Chai Tea Latte, which is a berry colour. And then I have the shade Cafe Mocha, which is a light brown beige nude. These are the 3 colours that I have left. I bought all of the 4 that I have in a set 2 Christmases ago. And these are more wearable colours for me, so I'm hopeful to get some use out of all 3 of them. And I definitely want to finish these this year, and I definitely think I will. I am also adding in another foundation, which is a little bit strange considering I have probably a decent chunk of the one I have left. But this is the It Cosmetics CC Plus Colour Correcting Full Coverage Cream, SPF 50 in the shade Fair. I don't like this. I've used this in the past and I'm not a fan, so I want to finish this. And this is 49 grams on my scale, so I'm hopeful to see some progress on this. And if you aren't familiar, this has a pump. I think I might be able to get some decent progress out of this one if I focus on this one, because this has light coverage and it doesn't really sit that well on my skin, so I'm hopeful to use this on lighter coverage days, since I have started to like not full coverage. So I want this done because I'm not a fan. I'm also adding in 2 powders. I'm adding in my e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder in Cool. I have massive pal on this, so I want to finish that completely. As well as the Makeup Mecca Matte on the Go Baked Powder. I don't really like this because this does not make me matte. It is very white, so if you have any skin tone that is darker than mine, I would say, you're gonna get both flashback and a white cast on your skin. But this makes me oily very quickly, and my skin isn't very oily. I have combo skin that gets oily now in the summer but is mainly just dry the rest of the year. But it doesn't keep me matte, and if I build it up, I have a highlighter out of it, so I'm not a big fan of that. but I want to use it up. And because I am about to finish my Hourglass palette, I'm introducing a highlighter. This is the Maybelline Master Highlight in the shade Light Bronze. And the reason is because this is a near identical shade to Radiant Light. It's the one on the bottom there. It's gorgeous. I like this a lot. It's a tiny bit dark on my skin when I'm at my palest, but I'm essentially subbing this in to replace my Hourglass palette so that I can keep wearing the Milani blush, because I need something that is peachy gold to go over top of this, and this fits that perfectly. So I'm gonna see how far I can get with this year. I'm also adding in 3 more liquid lipsticks. I've yet to finish the original one that I started with, which was the Kat Von D one, but I have dabbles in my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream collection. So I'm going to try and pan Milani, which is this pink. I'm going to pan my mini one of Zurich, which is a very nice nude on me. It's a little bit peachy though, it's not my favourite. And then I have Copenhagen, which is a berry shade. I love this formula. This is my favourite liquid lipstick formula. And I have doubles of these colours. So I essentially picked the older ones on my doubles, which was this one, which is embarrassingly old. It's 4 years old, so I want to finish that ASAP. I have this, which is I think at least 2 in Copenhagen. Funnily enough, I think it was actually purchased in Copenhagen. Wouldn't be surprised if I did, because I think I picked up a couple of things there. And then the Zurich one, which was from a Christmas set that I got last January. So no, not this year, but 18. I love the formulas in these. The colours are also really nice. And I'm just going to see how long it's going to take me to finish them. I also have a lip gloss here. This is another one from Tanya Bear. This is in the shade Cranberry Melt, which is this berry red shade. Not a big fan of lip glosses, and this is probably one of the shades that's going to take me the longest to pan. But the formula of these are really nice and creamy, a little bit thick, but they're not sticky. So they feel nice and moisturising on the lips. I've worn this shade I think once. So I would like to pan it because I don't see myself reaching for it. I also have 2 more colour correctors. Both of these are the Maybelline Master Camos. I have the shade green and the shade pink. And because I'm about to finish my Urban Decay one, I feel it's time to add in another one. And since I finished my Bobbi Brown one I think last month, I can also add in a pink. But these are decent. I've used them a couple of times. I'm not in love with them. They're a little bit drier than what I'd like in a colour corrector, so I don't love them. And Maybelline Tesla Animals would not repurchase anyway, but I would like to try and pan them. So they are both 11 grams of weight, and I had to weigh them since I can't see through them. And these are the ones that you click up by twisting at the bottom. My final makeup item that I'm adding in is my Shaaanxo BH Cosmetics palette. And I'm adding it in mainly for the lipstick side, which is this one. I've swatched I think all of the colours, used a couple of them once or twice, and I just dug my nail into one of the shades. Lovely. But I don't see myself actually reaching for this. I haven't reached for this I think at all since I got the palette like last year or the year before. And since the other half of the palettes are eyeshadows, these are the ones that are going to go off first. So I mainly would like to try and pan as many of these as possible, but I am also going to allow myself to work on the eyeshadows on the other side. Sorry for the glare. And these are gorgeous eyeshadows. I've taken this on holiday with me before, and these are mainly warm tones, which is something that I'm very into at the moment. So I'm hoping to get some use out of that yellow shade, which is beautiful. But I'm going to mainly use this for the lipsticks and hopefully finish a couple of them. I know I have used I think these 2 shades here and they are very pretty. So I'm hopeful to use those up, and if they go bad before I can finish them, I'm going to scrape them out and essentially clean out the pans completely, and then keep the eyeshadows because I like the shadows. I would like to try and pan them first to see if I can do that, and the colours are colours that I would wear, maybe except for this pink, but I can mix that to make it a little bit more wearable for me. And my final 2 items that I'm adding in are a serum. This is the Ole Henriksen Invigorating Night Transformation Gel. I hate this with a passion. I am halfway through it, so I would like to give myself this incentive to finish it by putting it in the project, because I have forgotten about this for a few weeks or months now, because I tried finishing this earlier this year, got halfway, which is good, and then I got some new serums that I wanted to try, and this just became forgotten in my drawer. So I would very much like to finish it, because this does nothing for my skin. I think this makes my skin very dry. I say I think because I'm not actually sure. This is a concentrated multi-source AHA complex, so it is, I think, exfoliating in a way, but I don't like it. It pills on my skin. It doesn't react well with any of the moisturisers that I use, except for my Lush one, which is the only one. Like, I had 2 Early Henriksen moisturisers that I tried this with, none of them worked, so I was a little bit confused. But I would like to finish it because I don't like this. The other one is a face mask. So since I finished the Lush, I went into my stash, picked the oldest one that is good, which was the Body Shop Chinese Ginseng and Rice Clarifying Polish Mask. This is okay. It smells fine. I haven't used it in a bit though, but it looks okay. So I would like to finish this. I am halfway-ish, so it would be interesting to see how long this is going to take me. But I did enjoy this a lot when I was using this a lot a couple of months ago, I think last year, late last year. But I would like to finish it because this doesn't have the longest shelf life. It's 12 months, which is coming up to 12 months if it hasn't passed 12 months already. But I enjoyed this, so I would like to try and pan that. So far in this project, which is a project 50 pan, because my goal is to finish 50 items, I have finished 35, so I am ahead of schedule. I am doing good, which makes me happy. I think I might actually reach 50. And I was a little bit nervous about that for a while, especially last month and the month before, because it wasn't going very well. It was going kind of slowly, but I am seeing a lot of traction with a lot of items, and I think I might be able to, if not finish 8 next month, because 8 seems like a lot, I'm hoping that I'm going to be at least able to finish like 5 or 6, because I think that is definitely possible. But thank you so much for watching this barefaced project pan update. If you're doing a project pan on your own, tell me about it down in the comments below, and I will see you again soon.